Rise and shine, as we call it. Just rise. Oh my God. Hi guys, my name is Anna. I hope you know that. Here's me on Quotex platform doing the binary options. We're gonna test, we're gonna trade today, and we're just gonna see what we can actually learn out of this some simple strategy and simple indicators more. And this is just started with 1 minute time frame, 700 for a starter, 10 seconds candles, and zigzag as the first indicator. Please check all the setups that we're gonna have. It's gonna be a little bit awkward color just for a change. And my favorite one, my 11 one out of all indicators, MACD. I love it. And currency pairs with the biggest payouts, and of course I added zigzag to that strategy just because I wanted to be called the strategy, but you can understand just perfectly I'm gonna be using this the only lovely indicator and nothing much and nothing more. So but I would say actually, if I'm being honest, in some cases and in some strategies with the 10 seconds candles, zigzag and the fractal actually being quite useful and nicely working. So never know, never guess, and better add it than not to have it. Let's start and let's see. So actually, again and again, I would say that with this period of the candle, zigzag is quite a nice one. So look at that, MACD, just all lines of it, you know that it's important, this crossing and where the position of the green line regarding the orange one. They are combined, and that's why I love MACD more than stochastic oscillator that's actually working on the same basis, like almost the same. And just because we have the candles, and even these tiny candles giving us lots of info, that was just below zero, some tiny, I guess it's below, yes, tiny green candle, then they started to be above zero, and you may see it, so we cut it. Here is just the ending of this green line, and we are all fine. Of course, it doesn't mean that we can never be losing with this indicator. You may see that we have such a long orange candles that I don't want to see right here, and I may be correct about all the tendencies, correct about the indicator, but still lose. But if you are correct about the massive tendency, in some seconds of course you can be wrong, but mostly you gotta be right. And right here, yeah, zigzag still haven't started, but you may see it that here's just the peak, all the candles showing us of the MACD we gotta get downward, and they're trying to be below zero, and the lines are trying to cross each other, and this green one is still but trying just to get downward. I think it's gonna be all fine. Let's see. So you may see that zigzag now is just proving us right, and I hope it's gonna be all fine, and the timing is just perfect for that. Yes, we just get it downward. Yes. If I'm being honest, sometimes I even thinking why people just created all other indicators, because we have MACD. Today I've been making some videos also, and I've been just now, observing the situation that I have right here, the situation that I tried to explain and handle in my previous videos, and I just understand that it was, insufficient ingredient. That was that I just needed. All the situations are perfectly understandable and predictable when you have the indicator just like that. I can't say that the only indicator you need to use is going to be this one, especially without any other indicators. No, but this one is so good. Rise and shine, as we call it. Just rise. It's perfect. I'm going to be just waiting that like that. And zigzag now is like, oh my God. No. That is, when you are so proud of your results before these results even when you got it actually starting to be a problem. So the timing was a little bit but I'm glad I just finished that out of all these words, how perfectly it's working. Yeah, for sure, indicator is right and fine, but the market, of course, we cannot handle that with a single indicator. But I must say that I love it just because it's quite readable. You can understand more out of this one indicator than sometimes out of 3 indicators. So we gotta get downward. We are just in the middle of the trend, and that's a tiny risk all of the time. But we just checking what we are having in zigzag and candles and lines, and I just gotta hope it's gonna be all fine. So here we are. Yep, we are just a little bit rising and switching the candles and all of position, but we're still, quite below the estimated level. Look at that. The situation is so perfect, and I would say it's even a little bit tricky. Look at that. Here's just the type of the situation, and I would tell you that the situation you need to be quite attentive enough to check when you see that the tendency just on the chart already started, and then the crossing of the line. So, and this crossing of these lines are actually just repeating that tendency, but sometimes this quite tricky because these candles of the MACD, this red and orange one, is already just doubling what's going on the market, and that's fine. But then here we do have the lines, and you think it's gonna be just the crossing because you may see that's right here. It's supposed to be the crossing because there's huge orange candles, so we need it. It's gonna be right here, right now, right here, right now. But look when it's actually happening. Look how many things just happened, and even if it's half of it. So this is what I've been trying to explain to you. Sometimes this crossing is quite tricky. When you have the situation where tendency just started, even with the candles, and you are looking for the lines, you need to be quite attentive because sometimes these lines are gonna be for the different tendency on the same chart. I know it's complicated, and this is like the second grade of that indicator, but I better tell you that Dan gonna be just silent about that. What to tell you? What actually I can say out of this latest and last bets? Here's actually a big potential with this indicator, but actually a big risks. So don't trust, just, blindly. Study, check it, and observe. And especially if you have the strategy, if you have the indicator, which is 100% working, even if you know that, or I told you so. You gotta be just compare what's going on the chart and what's going on with this indicator. Only these tiny moments, and the devil is just in these small pieces, gonna help you learn, gonna help you control, because control, especially when, I had today a few videos where actually all my latest and the last paths were a little bit out of my control and out of my intentions. And I would say when you are just invest all that you are having and you want to just finish that, this latest one are so that's not that nice. Anyway, guys, any questions, any comments, any proposals, just right here, all the links below this video or in my bio. Be attentive. This is my only social networks. Please, I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use any mobile number. This is not me. You need to be attentive.